So the first get the point is get the gear. And so having a good avalanche transceiver, and the way that we want to wear those is either in the harness that they come with and or a specific pocket for an avalanche transceiver. Some backcountry pants will come with that feature, and then making sure that that transceiver is still attached to your pants well. But the best place to wear it is in the harness. A couple of things that we want to be checking every time we go out is making sure that we have good battery percentage. So most manufacturers recommend above 50%. Where avalanche transceivers use more battery is when they're in search mode. And so that's really what we're preserving it for. And also we want to be using name brand batteries for this. This isn't really the time to use those Costco batteries or anything off brand. I really recommend for this piece of gear is using a name brand battery, is splurging a little bit since this is a piece of important rescue gear. Another thing we want to check every time we go out with our group, besides battery percentage, is that all of our transceivers are able to work in search mode so that we're picking up our partner's signals, and also that our avalanche transceiver is transmitting a signal. One downside of like those gates or beacon checkers that you'll see when you go out of bounds is they're only checking that your avalanche transceiver is turned on and sending out a signal. So I definitely recommend, even if you're just going out of bounds with your group, treat it like that's the trailhead at the backcountry and check to make sure that everyone's avalanche transceiver has good battery percentage. You're able to pick up everyone's signal and everyone's transmitting out a signal. And we also want to be aware of proximity of electronics to our avalanche transceivers. So the rule of thumb is that when you're in send or transmit mode, you want your cell phones, radios, any sort of electronics at least 20 centimeters away. And when you're in search mode, you want them 50 centimeters away. So when I'm at a trailhead with my backcountry partners, each time before we leave the trailhead, I'll just have them touch where their transceiver is, touch where their radio or cell phone is, so I know that we have that appropriate distance. And then obviously an avalanche probe is what comes with that also. Making sure that your partners know how to use it and put it together, and that it's long enough. What we recommend is having a probe that's at least 260 centimeters long. And then of course, having a shovel. And again, the shoveling is the most time consuming part if you were to have to do an avalanche rescue. So you want a good metal shovel. Having an extendable handle is really nice. And a great way to make sure that you have a good shovel is the most similar thing we have in the front country to avalanche debris is all that plow debris that gets plowed in parking lots. And that's a great place to go out and practice shoveling. And then obviously we want to make sure that we know how to use our gear and that our partners do. If you haven't practiced companion rescue in a while, or maybe you practiced earlier in December, you got busy, you haven't been able to go out and tour as much as you would like, now's a great time to refresh those skills and just go out and practice, go to a beacon park, whatever works, with your people that you're gonna be going out touring with. A couple other pieces of gear that I think are important is obviously having a plan. And I really like to write down my plan for the day so that when I'm in the backcountry, when we get to some of those decision points, I can reference back to it and say, yep, this is what we decided on for the day. Cool, we still feel good about that. Or no, maybe we need to ease off a little bit because we saw some things that made us a little bit more weary of our plan for the day. Other things too to think about carrying, depending how far out you're going, is some sort of satellite device like an inReach, or in the least, letting someone who's not in your group know where you're going, at least what trailhead you're going to and what time they should expect you back, so that if something does happen or whatever, is they at least know where to start looking or where to go out for you. But having a satellite device is great. And then just knowing too, as part of your planning process, am I going to have cell phone service out where I'm touring for the day?